Are you fucking kidding me? They are nerfing Phoenix upgrades. They're taking away the tier 5 ships that used to be a relatively obtainable, affordable way for free to play to get a tier 5 U ship if they came in the game at a time where they couldn't get a tier 6 ship. It's absolutely ridiculous. They're trying to spin it like it's a good thing. Better odds, although they're not going to tell us what the original odds are or what the new odds are, and more prizes, but the new prizes they added are just a bunch of junk in my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about this, and it's a bit complicated, so I'm going to do it a little bit out of order here. So the first thing to talk about here is the prize tier consolidation, because this kind of affects the rest of the conversation. We have decided to retire all the tier 5 starships currently available at the ultra rare prize tier. With only one exception, these starships have all received updated variants at the tier 6 that are available in various places throughout the game. Spoiler alert, those tier 6 variants all require gambling and are extremely expensive, whereas the tier 5 versions were actually affordable and very useful for people who needed a cheap ship that wasn't going to blow up all the time, and should therefore have been retired some time ago. Their inclusion in such a high prize tier was also misleading towards less established players regarding their relative value. Give me a fucking break. It was the best thing. It was the best thing for those players, not the worst misleading thing. Oh, sorry you were misled into thinking this perfectly good ship that was actually something you could obtain was not quite as good as this thing you have to gamble $200 to get. Fuck off. Just fuck the fuck off with this bullshit. We're interested in the possibility of making this ships available by other means, probably Mud's Market, I would imagine. I don't know how they're going to do that. These are the only mechanisms they have, Mud's and Phoenix, and they're taking them out of the Phoenix, so what else are they going to do? The removal of all prizes from the tier leaves a gap. We will be addressing this gap by shifting all prize tiers up by one category. So basically, there's no longer going to be uncommon tickets. Okay? You open it up, the lowest rarity you're going to get is rare. But that doesn't mean you get to buy stuff that's currently available for a rare ticket, because everything that was in the uncommon shop is going to move up to the rare shop. And everything in the rare shop is going to move up to the very rare shop, and so on. It's all just going to shift up because they basically removed the ultra rare tier. So now ultra rare still exists. There's still an ultra rare ticket and an ultra rare store, but it contains all of the old very rare items and so on. I hope that makes sense. Okay, it might be a little bit confusing. I hope I'm explaining it well enough. Now, in order to accommodate this, you are going to have your current tickets adjusted. So when you log in tomorrow, because if you're on PC, this starts tomorrow. If you have an uncommon ticket, it turns into a rare ticket. If you have a rare ticket, it turns into a very rare turns into ultra rare turns into epic, haha, nice try, it turns into 2 ultra rares. So if you thought you were going to get a free upgrade to epic, you're not. Okay, out with the old. We've removed the ability to repurchase the Phoenix prize pack using the lowest tier tokens. Honestly, who was doing that? It was 10 to 1. That was a terrible thing to do. I hope no one was doing it anyway, so that's fine with me. The mere presence of this option skews the calculations regarding relative value to cause some wrinkled brows when crunching the numbers. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Unless you just don't care about... who's giving up 10 upgrade tokens for one more chance at an epic? Like, that's crazy. Who is doing that? Nobody should be doing that. Speaking of Phoenix Prize Pack events, there's one starting tomorrow. Oh, how gracious. A paradigm change. Here's the part where it really hurts, okay? You're ready to really get a beating. Phoenix tech upgrades purchased from this date forward will experience a reduction in their effectiveness. A close look at their usage stats as well as game-wide examination of their economic impact has led us to conclude that such an adjustment is not only needed but long overdue. So they're going to make the game harder and grindier and longer to upgrade your stuff. And they're going to take one thing that was universally loved, which is Phoenix upgrades, and nerf them because fucking reasons. Because they can't hire an economist to tell them how to fix their screwed up dilithium economy. Existing versions of these tech upgrades that players have already purchased will not be altered, other than having their names changed to include the term classic and their quality increased to epic. So what does that mean? It means if you're on console, you're actually lucky this time, because you have more head start. If you're on PC, Get as many Phoenix upgrades as you can right now. Right now. Because starting tomorrow after the patch, they're going to be nerfed. But any ones that you buy now will retain their current power level. If you're on console, I don't know when this is coming to you. Maybe it won't come to you. Maybe they're not going to do this on console for a while. But I would not sit on any unused tickets if I were on console. I would be stockpiling on these so they don't get nerfed. Let's rewind for a second and come back up here and look at the stuff that's being added. Okay, the T'Pau Scout ship is an event ship. It's okay. It has a lot of universal seating. It has an intel seat. It's not a full command, or it's not a full spec seat. It's just okay. Not really anything to go after in my opinion. They're adding a holographic Lita at the ultra rare level and a holographic Jory LaForge. Very rare. They're adding some uniforms and an advanced environmental suit, 23rd century. At the rare level, they're adding some weapons and an NX registry. I couldn't care about any of this stuff. It's a giant bag of who cares. All right, they're not really adding anything good in here to help entice you. So a few of the prizes currently available within the Phoenix prize pack, redemption stores have shifted around in order to increase parity with new few prize types. So the crystalline shard is cheaper, the young Nanov pet is cheaper, the Ryzian mini board is cheaper, the red matter capacitor is cheaper, so they made some stuff cheaper, but the option to purchase experimental ship upgrade tokens during the Phoenix event will remain, but their availability and pricing structure have changed in order to account for the shifting in price tiers. So instead of getting 2 for an ultra rare, it now costs 5 ultra rares to get a single one. So that's 10 times more expensive. Or you can buy them for 20 very rares or 100 rares. But keep in mind, they're supposedly increasing the odds of getting the higher rarity stuff. So alongside these new additions, the box will add additional evaluations we have made regarding the Phoenix prize pack's economic impact, and intended evaluations will be increasing the odds of receiving all prize tiers above the lowest available. By how much? No accounting for what the current rates are, no accounting for what the new rates are, no accounting for how much of an increase, 2 times increase, 4 times increase, 10 times increase, who knows? The current rates are abysmal. Anyone who's ever tried to get, people have opened like 1,000 of these things and not gotten an epic ticket. It's crazy. These odds are way worse than a lockbox. So I just think that this is absolutely awful. I expect on the next 10 forward, people are going to be pissed. I hope they're pissed. I hope everyone is angry about this. And frankly, it just makes me apathetic. It's just another reason to make me not want to log into the game. I mean, what are they doing? This is actively hurting people who are playing their game. So hopefully when these new missions and new content comes out on the 10th, it's going to blow me away because I'm certainly not happy right now. Sorry for the downer. Have a good day. Thank you to my channel members. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.